lights. I'll check my mirrors, and there's 2 lanes, so I want to get close to the curb because the lanes are narrow. I'm going to go into 2nd gear just to keep slow. Okay, another sign coming up. Checking my mirrors, I want to read that sign. I can read it from here. It says Southwell A62 is right at the roundabout, so check my mirrors and signal, and I'm going to go into that lane. So check mirrors, I want the left of the 2 lanes that are going right at the roundabout. Lights can change at this distance, and they do, so check mirrors and slow. Into 2nd gear and stop at the line to the mirror. Slight change or turn of the wheel to the left to get ready to go left onto this roundabout. Road markings are not very good, so I'm going to pick up the lines where I can and just trace my way around the roundabout, looking at the curb to the right and the island to the left, or the reservation to the left, where the taxi is up ahead, up the hill, waiting at the next lights change here. Check mirrors and go. It's now a 40-mile-an-hour road, and I'm going slow because the lights ahead are still red. I can see the lines, I'm in my lines, and there's 2 lanes going to the right. I want to make sure I do not cut the corner as I go around, so I'm going to go all the way to the curb and then start steering, checking mirrors, and then into 3rd gear. Taxi ahead is turning. Southwell is A612 pointing this way. I'll check my mirrors and go. Even though I'm following signs, I've got my eyes firmly on the road ahead for safety. Safety first, and then signs second. So, checking ahead. I see there's a bus stop, there's a pedestrian crossing. I'm going to check my mirrors and slow. There's also a roundabout into 3rd gear. At the moment, I'm not worried about following signs. I'm worried about negotiating my roundabout. I know there's no signs for Southwell here. I've looked to the right. I'm going to join the roundabout safely. Check my mirrors, signal down, and then check my mirrors, signal up for right, because I see the bus lane sign says at any time. Can't go in that one, and it's a 40-mile-an-hour road, so I'm going to put on the power to 4th gear now. Looking ahead, looks clear, keeping my position in the meantime, and I'm now in 5th gear. I see some traffic lights up ahead. It's a pedestrian crossing and there's a roundabout. This is also going to be the end of the bus lane. No signs for Southwell, so I'll just continue this way. Check my mirrors and slow. Into 4th gear, 3rd gear. I see the end of the bus lane. Mirrors signal, going to left-hand lane. And then look to the right at the roundabout. Nothing there. And then keep my position on the roundabout. No need for a signal because the lines go into the roundabout. Check my mirrors though. Keep my car straight. Accelerate. There's no one at the crossing. Bus lane up ahead, mirror signal up for right. Back into 5th gear. And I'll put the cruise control on now because the road is going to be straight, more or less straight and hazard free for the next few seconds. So cyclists on the left, bus lane continues to be at any time. Electric vehicles can use that bus lane though. So I'm just checking the positioning of opposing traffic, making sure they're not on my side of the road as they go around this long bend. Casting my eyes as far as I can see to plan my route ahead. Quick check on my mirrors. I see it's becoming more residential. There's some houses and there's a speed limit change, 30. So I'm going to check my mirrors. I'm going to squeeze the brake and just going to 4th gear. Slow the car down, be at 30 before I get to the speed limit sign. And already I'm looking at my crossing, looking at the pedestrian on the left, looking for the end of the bus lane because there's a junction coming up. And I see the end of bus lane sign, so check my mirrors. I'm going to go into 3rd gear, and I'm going to go into left-hand lane. Check my main mirror, left mirror, signal down to left, and then move into left-hand lane. Cancel signal because I don't want anyone to think I'm turning left immediately. Check mirrors and slow because the lights have changed back to red. They're probably going to change to green fairly quickly. Put the handbrake up and getting ready to go. Prepare, observe, handbrake down, keeping my car straight. I'm in into second gear now. Third, I'm watching the white car on the right in case it decides to change lanes, so I'll stay slow. Lights ahead are red anyway, and now green, and I'm going to turn in. White car is turning right. I'm going to stay slow through the junction. I see the 40 mile an hour speed limit ahead, but I do not go above 30 until I pass the 40 sign. Check my mirrors and then back on the gas. Into fourth gear. And now fifth gear for eco-safe driving purposes. So keeping the car steady. Checking my position. And I'm in the middle of my lane. So I've been following southward A6112. I'm now going to be going through the first junction and turning right at the second. So I'm going to check my mirrors. I'm going to go into the right-hand lane in anticipation of turning right at the next junction, so that it's not too hazardous a change of lanes at the next junction. So check my mirrors. I'm slowing down to second gear. I'm in what is effectively the middle lane, but it will become my right-hand lane as I go through the junction. So I'll gently roll to the line and brake up. I'm in neutral. It's a complex junction, traffic lights and lanes, lights and lanes. I'm scanning left and right. You've got multiple lanes on either side, on all four sides, and I'm just watching. Okay, so check mirrors, handbrake down. To second gear, and third gear. I'm going to be turning right at the traffic light. So main mirror, right mirror, signal for right. Keeping my speed up at about 30. I'm in third gear, so I know that the car is at a comfortable pace, comfortable gear. And checking mirrors and slowing. Second gear, ease the clutch up. And I'm coming up to my lights, which are red, even though the lights to the left are green. Handbrake up. At the lights, I'm going to go right. I'm going to be going to the second exit at the roundabout up ahead. It is, I'm in the right hand lane because we're going to the second exit. Road markings say that I can only go ahead in this lane, and left lane is left only. Checking the silver car on the left, just making sure he's staying to his left. Mirror signal down for left for my lane, and then here we go. Me checking my mirrors again. And I'm just going to slow. Check my mirrors and slow. And then stop here. Okay, so I've made a stop on the left. Lorry up ahead is overtaking me. See what this lorry does. He's going across the road and then he's reversing in, I imagine. So I'll wait for him to do that. Now the test centre is just up ahead. I'm just waiting. Some learners probably going into test now, so I don't want to be in their way. Alright, just going to check all my mirrors. Now I'm going to go prepare the car. Prepare, look around, and break it down. Off we go. Into second gear. I'm going to be turning right into the test centre. So here we go. Main mirror, right mirror, signal up for right. obviously, and into third gear. So going towards the test centre, I'm not going to stay there long because there will be tests going out. Alright, just going to check my mirrors, the signal, go into second gear, and when I go into here, I want to be in first gear, so I'm going to go slow and go to the left, look at the giveaway sign, look at if anybody's coming down, and then I'm going to go in. It's quite busy in there by the looks of things. So going between the lights, and I am just going to stop here. I'm not going to go up there because it's quite busy. Just going to reverse into a space on the right, check around, then reverse into the middle. Look around. Okay, and brake up. Okay, so now I'm going to leave, prepare my car, left and right, and ahead, signal down for left, and off I go, going slowly out. Sticking to the left and ground. End of the road, turn right, signal on, stop briefly, go left and right and ahead, and then go gently forwards. Check my mirrors. Now into third gear. At the end of the road, I'm going to be turning left. So I'm going to check my main mirror. Left mirror, signal down for left, and cyclist on the left, so I won't get too close to him as I turn a little to the left, looking right, looking left, and go. Into third gear, just going to go round a couple of junctions and then we're going to head back towards the city. Looking to the right, looks clear, and I'm going to go. So checking mirrors. I'm going to be turning right. Check my main mirror right now. Signal to the right. And slowing. Getting to my point of turn, then turning. And then I'm going to stop on the left in a safe place. So checking my mirrors. Signal down for left, gently brake, and stop on the left in a safe place. Brake up. And then I'm not too close to driveways, I'm not at a bus stop, so I'm good. So prepare the car, check around. I'm now going to be turning right to the traffic lights up ahead. Prepared my car, I'm going to put my signal on. I'm looking at the vehicles ahead, they've stopped, so I'm going to check my blind spot and go. Check the vehicles behind, I should say. Okay, I'm going to be turning right at these lights, it's a right only lane, I will signal. And gently brake into second gear. And my positioning is crucial when I'm turning right at traffic lights. I'm looking ahead, and I'm looking at where I'm going to place my car. I'm going to be in the middle, obviously. I'm going to be stopping short of the middle of the road to my right. So there's an island to the right, which is probably just out of shot. And I want to make sure I don't go too far forward, so just short of the middle, so that the car that's waiting to turn opposite me is not going to be impeded. So I'm going to go slow because I know I have to wait for traffic that's going through the junction anyway. So I'm into first gear, I'll gently position to my right, making sure I don't go too far right into the lane to the right. And then lights are changing, check mirrors, and off I go. I'm going to stay in the right hand lane because that's where I want to be going. And then check my mirrors again, signal on the right, and position into right hand lane. And I'm off like this. Alright, so I'm going to check my mirrors, lights have changed. Off I go. To second gear. Let's go into the right hand lane again, making sure my steering is correct for the right hand lane. Okay, so we go to the second exit, main mirror lever, signal down for left. Into this road again. New road, new mirrors. This time I'm not going to stop on the left. Check my mirrors. Just going to slow. Alright, and signal out for right. Lorry coming the other way. Right down, turning in. So check my mirrors, signal down for left, and again. Still lots of activity there, so I'm not going to go up. I'm going to just look up the road, make sure no one's coming down. This time I'm going to pull forward into a bay. Actually, I'm going to go up. I'm going to go up into this space. I'm just going to stop here. Okay, so this is what you should do when you're waiting for people to do their observations and do their manoeuvres. So see what red car's doing. Just wait a few seconds for them to clear. So I'm going to gently go. And I'm going to be reversing into the space on the right. Right, going to do what is called the banana method. Just swing to the right and then to left, checking all around my car, and then reversing and looking all around. Reversing into a bay on what was my right. So looking and checking as it goes slowly backwards. And then gently stop. check left and right for pedestrians. And then go down the hill into second gear. And then looking to make sure no one's coming between the gates. Then position to the left. Coming out. Checking my mirrors. And then at the end of the road, turn right. There's no one coming from the left or ahead or right, so off I go. At the end of the road, turn left, so mirrors, signal, into second gear, position to the left, and just wait where the curb starts to straighten out in the new road, and then off I go, checking repeatedly to my right because it's behind me effectively, and then mirrors and go. So I'm watching the road ahead. Looking to the right at the roundabout. Sticking to the left, mirror sticking down for the left. And then staying in the left. Alright, I can see it's a 40-mile-an-hour road. To first gear. Signs for Nottingham. I'm checking my mirrors. And I'm slowing down. It's a red light. Into second gear. Bring the clutch up. Lights are now changing. So back on the gas. And off we go. To the car ahead. Nice gentle braking. There's a heavy vehicle behind me, so don't want to surprise them or else they might hit me from behind. So lights will change shortly. Gas on, clutch up, check mirrors, and off we go. Bus lane to the left, says at any time, so I know I can't go into that bus lane. 40 mile an hour speed limit is coming up. Derby A52 and Grantham. Looking for the end of bus lane sign. Mirrors and signal going to left hand lane. Second gear, there's no one waiting to come from the right, so I'm positioned in the left hand lane. Mirror signal down for left. Into third gear. I'm actually going to go city centre A612, so mirror signal for right. To the right hand lane. And there's 2 lanes for city centre A612. Position into the left of the 2 lanes. Mirrors are slow into third gear, slowing down, and second gear. Okay, so position is crucial on Ladybay Roundabout. So looking ahead, it's traffic light control, so I don't have to worry about giving way to the right. Into first gear, getting ready to go. Set the gas, and off we go. So just following the city centre off this roundabout, it's the 3rd exit. Actually the 4th exit. I'm going to position to the outside, near the lines on the left and the curb. It says city centre A612 there. So that's good for me. I'm now going to go into right hand lane because I want to turn right. So mirrors, signal up for right, position to the right, going for Snenton at the light, so mirrors, signal again, position, and slow, 3rd gear, 2nd gear, and I'll stay in 2nd gear because I'm going to now go over the line and put myself in my box. To 1st gear, look ahead, look right, and off I go. To 2nd gear. Checking my mirrors, a car has followed me into the road. And mirrors signal up for right. He overtook me, I was ready for him. To 2nd gear, 1st gear. And mirrors and he's going. Going to be turning around in this little housing estate. So mirrors and slow, going to turn right. Just have a look left and right, make sure you know what's coming. And then just stop, straighten the wheel, around the car, around and reverse. Going around this bend, I'm going to have to go around in the middle of the road, around the bend, so I'm looking around the bend to make sure nothing's coming round, and it looks clear. At the end of the road, I'm turning left, so mirrors signal. Got to position my car to the left in the corner, right, and then I go. Signal there. Okay, at the lights, I'm turning left. Check my mirrors. No need for a signal. Actually, there is because it's 2 ways. Mirrors signal down for left. I'm going to be following the signs for Grantham. Yeah, so I'll look at the sign. It says Grantham Derby A52. So I'm going to start signalling. There is someone coming up in the right hand lane, so I'll just wait for him. And then over I go into the right lane, which splits into 2. I'm going to stay in the left of the 2, in line with lane discipline. Into 2nd gear and slow. Still at Ladybay Roundabout. So I'm looking where my exit's going to be. So it's actually the 4th exit. 1st exit's for KFC. 2nd exit is for BP petrol station. 3rd exit is a tiny little road on an industrial estate. And the 4th exit is my exit. Careful again to follow my position, keep my position. So I'm going to go over to the curb, all the way over, then gently start turning to the right. There's my third exit on the left, and then fourth exit in front of me. Grantham and Derby on the right, pointing this way. That's what it says on the sign. Now I want to read my signs on the left. It says Grantham A52's to the left. Derby's ahead. I'm going Grantham, so I'm going to stay in my left-hand lane, which is left only, so I won't need a signal. And I'll just check my rears and slow. Second gear, there's 4 lights on this traffic light fixture, which means the filter light should be coming on shortly. It's quite sunny, so it might be hard to see the filter light. There it is. So check mirrors and go. Into second gear. Looking round. As I go around this corner, there's a 40-mile-an-hour sign just there. So I want to be careful you don't miss that. So this is Ladybay Bridge Road. So check my mirrors, accelerating to 40 miles an hour. Still got Grantham in my mind. That's what I'm following for the time being. Alright, going around a bend. I can't see around a bend, so I'm going to check my mirrors and I'll just slow slightly because there might be a junction. There is a junction. Green sign. And into fourth gear. Lights could change. Checking my mirrors for overtakers. Lanes ahead are going to merge. So I'm just going to stay to the left. Check my mirrors for anybody overtaking last second. Grantham 23 miles according to the green sign I just passed. Lanes are now merged. Now I can go into the middle of my lane. Traffic ahead is sluggish, so I'm just going to build some more distance to the car in front. So I've got vision, more vision of the road ahead. So I can see there's a car up ahead turning left, so that's going to slow traffic in front of me. 3 cars. So he's turned. It's a crossroads coming here. I mean, it says it's 1 junction. It's actually 2. It's a Stagger Junction. Watching the cars on the right, waiting to turn. Pedestrian crossing. Button hasn't been pushed, but there is a pedestrian about to cross. There's a right turn on the right. If I was going there, I'd go into my right turn box on the right. It's so long, it looks like a lane. I call it a box. Still keeping my distance to the car in front. Pedestrian crossing, the button hasn't been pushed, so and there's no one there, so the light shouldn't change. Go around this bend, I want to be careful of my position, particularly on the bend. So with right-handed bends, make sure you stay closer to the curb or aim for the curb, because the temptation is to cut the corner. Okay, I see a yellow sign, I see a triangular sign, so it looks like there's roadworks. I see traffic cones, so straight away, mirrors, and I'm off my gas. It's not a 40-mile-an-hour road for me anymore, and as I can see, traffic has slowed right down. I'm into second gear, now first gear, and there's quite a few cars in front of me. Still following Grantham A52. Traffic is very slow. Checking behind me, checking in front of me. I'll keep the clutch low. And I'm looking to see how far these roadworks stretch for. So I'm looking at the traffic cones, looking at all the blue arrow signs. Actually now wanting to follow Derby A52, so I'm checking my mirrors ahead, checking my mirrors behind. I should fall behind, and I'm checking ahead as well. Traffic is still quite slow. I'm now following Derby A52. Just want to check. I'm going to stay here, making sure I can cross this junction before I actually go into it. I can just about cross it, so all good. And looks like the left lane is closed down for now. want Derby A52, and I see a green sign up ahead, so I know there's a junction up ahead, which means that Derby should be on that sign, because it will tell me whether to go left, right, or ahead at that junction. Into neutral, and I'm watching the tallest vehicle ahead, which at the moment is the white van about 4 cars in front of me. Started to move, so check my mirrors, prepared my car. I can see Derby on the sign, but I want to see the arrow that goes with it. Looks like Derby A52 is to the right. It's a roundabout up ahead, and it has 2 exits. You can either go ahead or right. Obviously you can make a U-turn, but we'll just say 2 exits for now. So I know I'm going right at the roundabout. I'm going to stay very slow and keeping my distance to the car in front. For that vision, I want lots of vision. Double checking the sign. Derby A52 hasn't changed, still to the right. Checking behind me. Because it's only 1 lane, traffic will be slow. This part of road would ordinarily be a 70-mile-an-hour part of the road, but for now it's 40. In first gear because there's not much point going any faster until there's probably only 3 cars at the junction in front of me. Alright, that's counting down to 3 nicely, so I'm going to check my mirrors. I'm going into second gear now. Expect to go on the roundabout shortly. I'm going right, main mirror right, mirror signal up right. I'm staying in second gear. I'm looking to the right. It looks clear at the moment. I'll keep looking repeatedly while I'm checking my position, keeping my signal on. I'm going to go into third gear and go around. There's a white line that I want to pick up on the right. It's going to guide me left, and then I'll just stay in this exit, check mirrors, and I'm off. Roadworks are ending, so 50-mile-an-hour road. I'm going to accelerate. I'll come off my gas and this guy can overtake me, and I'm into fifth gear. Now I'm just going to take a break from following Derby. I'm going to just show the Gamston District Centre junction, because that's quite a difficult or tricky junction. Unusual junction, we'll call it. You see the sign for Gamston District Centre on the left. I'll check the mirrors and signal for right. And I'm going into this lane for Gamston, into fourth gear. Now there's a giveaway line here. You can see the triangle starting to show up, so I now have to stop at that triangle. There's vehicles to the right waiting to come across the road into this area here. So I'm just going to wait here until it's clear. If the area is not clear, I don't move. So vans come across, and now those cars to the right will be blocked off by 50-mile-an-hour traffic. So I'm going to go across into the middle and get round to my giveaway line. It's clear to the left, so I'm going to keep going. Check my mirrors. It's a 30-mile-an-hour road, and there's a roundabout straight away. I'm going to be turning right. So main mirror right, mirror signal left for right, signal cancel, signal back on. Nothing to the right. Car on the left decides to go, even though it's not his right of way. And leaving here, main mirror left, mirror signal for my third exit. Still 30 miles an hour. So it was really just to demonstrate Gamston Junction. I'm going to turn around and do it from the other direction so that you can see how to do it from that side. So I'm going to slow right now, second gear, and come into this little road, and I'm going to turn around quickly. Just head to this point here, and then I'm going to reverse. gently brake, clutch down, stop, and brake up, into reverse, prepare, observe, and fall up to the left. And then gently brake, and brake up into first gear, prepare the car, look all around, and turn. At the end of the road, I'm turning right, main mirror right, mirror signal up right, gently brake, positioning to the line, and brake up. Just stop short of the line because traffic's quite close to me here, so I don't want to get too close to them. I just want to prepare my car, and I think there's a safe gap to the right and to the left. We're on a bend, so I need to be extra careful. So gas on, clutch up, I'm going to go quickly because I don't want to be caught up by anything coming. Right, there's a motorbike coming up, but I was well in front of him, so not too worried about impeding him. At the roundabout, I'm going to go left for this Pedestrian Junction again. Reverse signal left, and look to the right. Looks clear. I look once, I look twice, I look 3 times, and then back to this junction now. I'm going to be turning right at this junction. I'm going to continue following Derby A52. At this junction, I want to be positioning to the right as I go across the 2 lanes of traffic to my right. Okay, I won't signal because I can only really go this way. I'm going to go across because there's a quick gap, and I'm going to go to the right and gently stop. Make sure you stay to the left until you cross the little triangle in the middle. So I'm looking for a gap now to the left. You won't see this, but I can. I can see this lorry, and off I go. With lots of power, so that the lorry doesn't catch me up. Into 3rd gear quickly. Still on the power, 40 miles an hour. And now I'm in 5th gear. I'm out the way of the lorry. The lorry hasn't caught me up. National speed limit ahead. So mirrors and accelerate. There is heavy traffic in front of me, so I'm just going to cruise in 6th gear, keeping my distance to the vehicle in front. So still following Derby A52, and then I'm going to be following Westbury Insurance A60. So keeping well back from the lorry so I can have at least some vision of the road ahead. The road's bending up ahead, so I can see that now because of my distance to the lorry. So I'm just making sure I'm maintaining sufficient speed not to be too much of a laggard behind the traffic ahead. So I've got good space in front of me, good space behind me. Sandwiched by 2 lorries, so I want to be extra careful. So I'm following Derby A52. I'm looking far ahead for any signs I can see. So I saw a glimpse of a green sign, so I want to know where Derby is on that sign. Got 2 signs up ahead saying there's a roundabout, warning me about roundabout and to reduce speed. I've already really reduced speed. I'm at 40 miles an hour, 44. That's slow enough on approach to this big junction. So looking at the board, it says Derby A52 at the top. It looks like it's to the right. If I look on the floor, A52 is in both lanes. So I know I can stay in the left-hand lane to go to the right. Okay. So I'm checking my mirrors, I'm going to 3rd gear, skip from 5th, and slow right down, 2nd gear, keeping a gap to the vehicle in front. So I'm just balancing my pedals at the moment, expecting that the lead vehicle is going to move on to the roundabout shortly, which is then going to lead to us moving forwards. Quick glimpse at the road markings, A52, A606. I want the A52, so I'm just going to stay in this lane. I could use the right hand lane, I'm just staying left for now. Okay. So looking and just having a quick glimpse as to where traffic is. I can go. So into second gear, around the outside of this roundabout in the A52 lane. And then round to the right is my third exit. So check my mirrors and quick look around the bend. I can see Derby A52 pointing into my exit on the Flagstaff sign. It's blocked up by this lorry here, so I probably won't see it. Okay, and I'm going to just stay short because this lorry is probably going to want to move to his left, and he does. So that will mean I can move to my right because I'll want to overtake him. So let's see if anyone's going to let me out. And then that car's holding back for me, so I can then get on my way. So I'm overtaking the lorry, legitimate use of the right-hand lane. It's a 70-mile-an-hour road now. You see national speed limit signs every now and again. And now I'm following the signs for West Bridgeford A60. Still in the right-hand lane because I'm looking to overtake the lorry on the left. I also want sight of my sign. I see a green sign looking for West Bridgeford A60 on that sign. Sign saying reduce speed now for the roundabout. West Bridgeford A60 is to the right. So I'm going to be going to the right in this roundabout unless road markings say otherwise. So I'm staying in the right hand lane, checking my mirrors. I'm off the gas, I'm at 47 miles an hour. And squeezing the brake, A52, A60 in this lane. I'm looking to the right. Anything that is on the inside I stay away from. And there was one, but he was far away, so I was able to join quickly. And I'm just going to go round to this lane A60 and then mirrors single down. Notice how I position to the left for my exit.